Hey everyone, and welcome back to Let's Talk, a place where we discuss certain topics and a place where I also like to highlight issues that may have floated to the surface during counselling sessions from days past. And something that's come to the forefront this past week has been emotional responsibility. So I'll start our chat by asking you, are you emotionally responsible? I can hear you asking, what are you talking about, Sue? Do you take responsibility for your emotions? That's as simple as it is, So if we're asking, what is emotional responsibility? Emotional responsibility is owning emotions and identifying that they are in fact yours. You're taking ownership of them. You decided to have them, and therefore you're responsible for them. You're not passing them on to anyone else or anything else. You're not blame shifting and making it someone else's fault. You own the emotion. And understanding this and reacting accordingly or otherwise is your emotional responsibility. Okay? So let's look at an example. I'm sure you would have said or heard throughout your life something like, oh, you make me so angry when you do that. Yeah, you can relate to that, whether you've said it to your partner or your children or your neighbour or your colleague or your school friend, oh, you make me so angry when you do that. Can you see that you're placing the responsibility and the choice to be angry on that person? That's shifting the blame onto them or that. That's not being emotionally responsible. When you're emotionally responsible, you're able to reframe that sentence of, you make me angry when you do that. You're able to reframe it to, I feel angry when you do this or that. Or when you do such and such, I feel frustrated. I get really upset when you say those things. You're taking ownership for the emotion, being upset, being frustrated, being angry. You're saying that something happened, and there's no denying that the thing happened. Your buttons were pressed, triggers went off, something occurred, and you then have an opportunity to respond and react. And that is when you made the choice to express the emotion that you did. So the emotion's your responsibility. It's quite simple, it's quite straightforward, but when we reflect on how we've been behaving up until now, we might realise that, geez, I really have been blaming external forces. It's, because it's raining, I'm in such a bad mood, So what? It's the weather's fault. The weather is the weather. They're looking after themselves and doing their own business. The way you react and respond to it is your responsibility. So emotional responsibility, just to recap, it's taking ownership of your emotions. It's saying, I cannot blame external forces, people, places, things, climatic conditions, events. I cannot blame them for the emotion that I express. I take ownership of it. And I'm then being emotionally responsible. It's an interesting topic, isn't it? It runs deeper than we've touched on today. But I just want to leave that with you and ask you to sit with it and reflect and just see if you'd like to choose to tweak the way that you deliver your emotions and your responses. Let me know how you go. Always looking forward to hearing from you and excited when you respond with your comments. Stay tuned for another Let's Talk next week. In the meantime, I hope you're staying well. See ya.